Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again.
Lead Booker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and...
Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
The Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory. Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on, Respect the Hedges family and Dog Nation? We've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we are back and we are here every Tuesday from here on out. The schedule is right around the corner. We are less than 2 weeks away from playing Clemson, and we're going to start talking about it tonight. But before we do, don't forget to comment. Comment during the show, like and subscribe to the channel, but make sure you go over to Respect the Hedges YouTube channel. You can simply do that by going to the search on YouTube and typing in @ and then Respect the Hedges, all one word. That's the @ symbol and then Respect the Hedges, because this will be the last show going live on the Fan Addict. You'll be able to find it after the live stream on the Fan Addict, but during the live stream, you got to go to Respect the Hedges, so make sure you get over there. And as always, we're presented by the Tailgate Kings. All right, that's right, man. We're here to start talking Georgia versus Clemson, man. We're going to start out the show. We'll give a little scrimmage notes, or at least thoughts on what we heard or what we saw. Some people went. Some people, we saw some press conferences, I guess you would say. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll get into what we think was going to happen between the Clemson offense and the Georgia defense. This is part 1. We'll finish it up next Tuesday talking Georgia offense versus the Clemson defense, but today we're just talking Clemson offense versus this Georgia defense. Let's go ahead and get this show started, man. Let's bring our guy in, man. Y'all already know who up first. Stop acting like you ain't been here before. It's our guy, E-Rob. What's up, E-Rob?
That's right. Don't act brand new. Y'all know what it is. We back. We are back. Hey, man, it's almost time for this thing to kick off. We got football cranking up this weekend, so I'm ready, man. I can smell the grass and all that when I go out there in the morning. Oof. So I know we're getting close. Right. Like you said, Coach, we're going to talk a little bit about the scrimmage this weekend. I'm going to tell you who the MVP was of the scrimmage. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, first 5 minutes of the show. The damn sun. That damn sun had to be at least 100 miles closer to the damn earth in Athens. It was hot as hell out there, y'all. So it was good to see the boys kind of persevere and get through that, but it was it was different kind of hot. So we'll talk about it. Let's go.
That's right, man. As they come in, like I say, man, listen, some of the fellas got out there to the scrimmage. Some of the fellas, they had a good time in Athens for what I heard, you know what I'm saying? So
damn good time, Coach.
Hey, listen, I know it's always good to get back with your folk, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna treat the scrimmage like a preseason NFL game. We're gonna give you the hot takes from the first quarter.
There you go.
With that said, man, let's bring in our guy, Shawty Parker. What's going on, Shawty?
What's happening? I'm gonna say it there right here. E-Raw, you ain't have no hydration in you, brother. You gotta get more stellars in you, brother. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta be hydrated.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? To deal with the sun. But with that being said, for sure, man, it's very exciting, man. At the end of the day, just real talk. All the talk is over.
Yes.
I'm tired of the prognosticating.
Yeah.
Everybody reading the magazines, everybody reading the newspaper. Man, let's go. Let's get it.
Go. Let's
That's right,
get
man.
it.
Hey, I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's go. Let's get it. Bringing in the coolest fan in the land, man. It's our guy. It's our own Respect the Hedges. Cool Cal. What's going on, dog?
What it do, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I got a bone to pick, man. Y'all supposed to be my guys, my fellas. And I'm just let the Dawg Nation know I didn't get an opportunity to go to the scrimmage. So I reached out to my friends. I thought, it's like, hey, how was the scrimmage? What y'all see out there?
Too.
I didn't get one response from any of my boys.
How we saving it for the show?
We saving it for the show.
Cal said he's supposed to have the inside scoop.
Get the inside scoop. I don't get Shawty Parker. I done known y'all boys 20, 30 years, and your boy can't get a little taste of what was going on. I just wanted to put that out there, but I'm going to kick back, put my feet up, and listen to what was going on for the first time, just like everybody else.
That's how we knew you was going to be here on Tuesday. We knew you was going to be here this week. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to the show up.
No, I'm saying it's just between us and a few hundred people.
And you know what, Cal? I'm going to be the first to apologize.
Put that quarter in the machine.
He was about to hit you with some BS anyway, so I'm glad.
I already know.
I said I was the first to apologize. At the end of the day, you are right. You probably got the inside school regardless. So you right. I apologize.
I appreciate that, Shawty.
Hey, man.
Yeah, it should have been there.
Hey, man. With that said, man, let's bring in the mayor of the Athens Bourbon Club and socializing on the yard. It's our own Corey Allen. What's going on?
He was campaigning too, Coach. He was out there campaigning, kissing babies, all that. He was doing it all, baby.
I had a job to do, Coach. They called my number. I had a job to do.
Always.
Had a great time, get a chance to fellowship with the alumni. Cal, you're right. We did wrong. Nobody responded to that text. We all saw it. But I'm going to have to go with what E-Rob said. Like, the sun had whooped us so bad. I didn't have nothing. I had nothing left. But
I heard that sun was serious.
Yeah, we sat front row and got a good view of it, man. So I enjoyed the time. We saw a few key things, in my opinion, but definitely a lot to talk about, a lot to pull from. But it's time, baby. Rubber got to meet the road.
Let's go.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, listen, we're gonna do this thing, man. Shawty dropped off. Got to put some more quarters in, Shawty. He'll be back with us, I'm sure, here in a minute. Let's say what's up to some of the Dawg fans already in the building, y'all. Don't act brand new. You already know Shelby in the building.
First lady.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, First Lady? Stat guy in the building say, big Georgia fan, week one, sick him or whatnot. So he hates Clemson with a passion like none else.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter where we would be playing Clemson at. Stat guy is all Dawg in week
We got
one.
room. We got room on that bandwagon. Come on, get on that thing, man.
Right. Let's welcome in one of our Fanatic channel members, our guy Garrett Boulware. He's a Boomer Sooner Oklahoma fan. What's going on, Garrett?
Welcome to the SEC, baby.
Shout out.
Right. Welcome to the SEC, fam. Hey, we appreciate you tapping in with us before the Oklahoma show goes live in about 30 minutes or so. And of course, Shawty said, let's get it. Our guy JV, who may be pulling up later on, say, what's up, fam? What's going on, JV? Be safe on the road if that's what you're doing. Get in
Coach
here safe. What's up?
Am I politicking if I'm kind of room for Oklahoma to run the table since they ain't even on the schedule? Do some damage over there. We'll see if we had to see you. Do your thing, Oklahoma.
Hey, do your thing. Hey, I told somebody, I said, listen, man, I'm indifferent when it comes to South Carolina. My nephew's starting at slot receiver. Shout out to Manzio Bennett Jr. Getting the starting 9. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out.
We don't play
Amen.
South Carolina, so do your thing.
That's what's up, folks. That's what's up.
Hey, surprise everybody. Upset every week. So you know what I'm saying?
that
So
right.
I'm with you, CAA. Oklahoma on the side, they got to play Bama, they got to play LSU, they got to play Ole Miss, Mizzou. Do your thing. Hey, tear it up inaugural season in the SEC. I'm with you, dog.
We'll figure it out.
Hey, Jay, it's our guy JV pulling in, our resident tight end. What's going on, JV?
What's up, fellas? Coming through the finish line, man. You know what I'm saying? 100 miles an hour this evening.
What's up? That's what's up. What up, brother?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Listen, man, we ready to get it in, dog. Ready to get it in. We heard y'all had some good time, you know what I'm saying, in Athens this weekend. And we're going to talk about the scrimmage from what y'all saw, the part y'all saw. And then we're going to get into some Clemson offense talk. Shout out to our guy, Ryman Lemon. We appreciate you tapping in. Ryman's another Oklahoma fan. Yeah, I got the McDonald's out my system this morning. Ryman, we appreciate you tapping in on the breakfast tailgate. Hey, man, my guys on the breakfast tailgate.
TMI right there, isn't it?
No, I was at McDonald's. I was in the car doing the breakfast tailgate this morning. You know what I'm saying? And Ryman be pulling up on me every morning. I mean, every Tuesday and Thursday. So, hey, man, I got some loyal.
Coach got new responsibilities, man.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, I got a new
He
job.
got rid of the McDonald's. I was like, wait a minute, where we going with this?
Yeah. And I had some internet troubles. McDonald's was tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I got through the show though. So we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Hey, listen, man. Hey, for the fellas, Cal, you and I are gonna sit back and we are going to enjoy the sounds of the guys that tell us what they saw at the scrimmage. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Shawty.
Tell us,
tell us,
you know, some things that you saw that you expected, some things that you didn't expect, and some things that you were looking for that you didn't get a chance to see, maybe because somebody wasn't out there.
Pull your notes out, Shawty. Break us down.
Well, I'm gonna say that I will sit beside my fellow wideout CA, so his notes ain't no better than mine. I'm gonna put it out there. Yes. Real talk, man. This is the first thing I would say. This right here, it just in my opinion, I can only give my opinion. It wasn't a full scrimmage. Okay. This was something more about down and distance, right?
Right.
The coach put these guys in scenarios. I think for the most part, we was maybe from the 40-yard, 35-yard in. And what I love to see was that we worked on something that I have complained about, and coach, you probably have too, and some of the other guys, red zone efficiency.
Ooh,
that's what we worked on. Red zone efficiency for the most part of that scrimmage. It really wasn't a full scrimmage. Everything, it was all about down and distance. One thing I will say, that the one player that I did go and want to see, Nick Frazier.
Okay.
He showed it to me.
He showed out. Yeah.
Granted, it was twos on twos at that particular point. He's running with the twos. I think he bust one. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. For about 35, 45 yards, something like that. 30, 40 yards, something like that.
Touchdown, yeah.
Great. I don't want to steal somebody's thunder. I already know I'm going to let my wideout do this right here. But one of the wideouts, one of the young guys that everybody is talking about, he did score a one-hand reception touchdown. Awesome.
Right.
Great. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let my other wideout say the rest of that. And other than that, man, to be honest, Carson was Carson. I think the offense is what we wanted to see. This was a scrimmage where we had some guys was out. We didn't get to see Kobe.
Okay.
And I think Kirby left some guys out intentionally to get some other guys some looks.
Right.
And I also want to say the defense looked like the defense, but I will say this right here. This is the only complaint, and I'm just being nitpicky, that I have about the defense. That whole entire day, I never saw a talker. I never saw that asshole. I never saw that guy who was just chirping Whether he, you know what I'm saying? I never saw that.
That's real
guy.
talk right there now.
No Nolan Smith or nothing like that, huh?
No, coach. And that's a great call right there too, coach. We don't have that guy. He wasn't out there on Saturday. I'm gonna say that. And that's a good call, Shawty. What I saw, coach, it was pretty much a stalemate. I wouldn't say the offense won or the defense won. Defense made some plays, offense made some plays about what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see it be lopsided. Dalen never ever looked like he's comfortable out there, which I needed to see. I need to see that, coach. I need to see it with my eyes. I need to see it. I feel good about that. A couple of guys that probably not on everybody's radar. They probably don't even know their names, but Sam Mpemba, 26, he made some plays. That was good to see because we're going to need him. So that was good to see. I was kind of disappointed in Michael. Hey, let me tell you. So Kirby on the microphone, Kirby is out there showing out. You know what I'm saying? So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, you hear he's calling out everybody. No one's safe. So he called out Michael Williams and somebody else on the defensive line. Like, man, y'all supposed to be the dudes. Where y'all at? Where are the splash plays? So I want to see a little bit more from that. But then again, they're going against our offensive line. We did get our center back, so he was at the scrimmage. He was playing. That's
good news.
That was
that's
huge.
Good news.
Yeah. So the offensive line, everything really looked good, man. That Son, you could tell it was that Son was the real MVP. About the second half of the scrimmage, you can tell guys was. So I think some of the energy level was kind of sapped out by the Sun.
I got you. All right. I'm with that. Samuel Mpemba, the outside linebacker, edge rusher. We're going to definitely need that. We didn't get enough pressure on opposing quarterbacks, in my opinion, last year. So we're going to need somebody to step up, him and some of those other guys. Damian, Wilson, Gabe Harris, those kind of guys. So CA, what's going on, man? What'd you see out there, dog?
It was hot, man. It was hot as hell out there, man. I'm out there. I couldn't shut up. I'm running my mouth. We were properly hydrated, but we didn't have. It wasn't Gatorade though.
Got reprimanded twice.
We sitting right on the field, coach. So Yeah, I was out front, showing out a little bit, man. But we had a nice time, coach. So we were able to build some rapport. But from what I saw, the run game, when Thad is right. It was a lot of scripted situational opportunities, a lot of red zone, a lot of 45 and going in. So the run game did look efficient, did look powerful. I was pleased with everything from the running back position. What I will say was a surprise was Dan Jackson got a lot of snaps at that safety. It looks like it's still an open competition. Kirby's applying pressure to everybody in that secondary. He was calling out Malachi Starks for not having the RPMs or whatever he's looking for as far as tempo throughout practice. So they're charting every player. They've got these monitors on. So if you don't reach a certain tempo, you might need to be jogging on the sideline. We were talking about that in the stands. You got to find a way to create activity. Yeah, you got to get your numbers up because Kirby's charting you the entire time. And between him and the Sun, they were beating those players down. He was extremely verbal. I really enjoyed it because it showed me, it just reminded me that the old school coaching still works. He picked on a play. I think Thad was talking about the freshman receiver, Nitro Tuggle. He called that man out for everything under the sun.
Damn sure did.
It ain't but one or two things gonna happen. That kid gonna jump in the portal or he gonna be better for it because he did make a big play at the end of practice. That's the kind of situation that'll help to turn that type of day around, but it was a long day before he made that grab. And I mean, you talking about getting challenged.
Lunch.
He called his coach out. He called out Coach Coley. He
called out everything this man got going on in the last 48 to 72 hours, and it couldn't have been no worse. He had this whole script
how
memorized.
He know all this shit? How does he know all that?
Rough. It was like flashback. We all got scared. He got quiet in there. Yeah, Kirby on the mic. A great opportunity to see if you're gonna fold, because if you can't perform under that kind of circumstance, you might not need to be here anyway. He stepped up and he did have opportunities. He didn't. He was running with the tools, so that's a signal to me as well. He's not just berating you for the hell of it. He's trying to get you ready because we might need you. So I was glad to see that, just because I know we got a coach that creates tempo. But as far as what I saw, I did see Delp and Lucky. I like what we got at tight end, JV. Your guys look physically ready to play. Aside from that safety spot, I'm trying to figure out who's going to fill in next to Malachi. And the last little tidbit I'm going to leave with is Jalen Rashada looked like the number 2 to me. Clearly, I ain't even no question. Like, you can play games if you want to. That other guy don't even belong on the field. You call his name, you know. Rashada look. I'm just saying what come out of his hand. It looked like a quarterback. It looked like something that you can coach up, you can use. I like the tools. He's tall. He's limber. He's got a great arm, good velocity on the ball. And when he makes his mind up, it's coming out and it's going in hot. So that ain't what we got at that other spot. So I don't know what you think about. Yeah, I don't want to ask. I want a quarterback back there, and that's what he looked like. So I was pleased to see what that 2 slot looked like in my opinion.
Hot
take. Listen, we're gonna let JV get in here and give his wrap up the scrimmage thoughts. But before we do, I got Paul Mayberry in the building. Say what's up, fellas. Glad to see y'all back in the driver's seat. Still what's going on, P? Maybe we appreciate you getting in, my guy. And also, Sacred, I see the question you dropped in there, man. We're going to get to that, too. I just want to make sure these guys get a chance to tell us what happened at the scrimmage. Robin, I see you as well. I'm starting those comments. Before I let JV jump in here, y'all, don't forget. Listen, this is the last live stream on the Fan Addict. You got to go into YouTube, type it in the search, and type @Respect the Hedges. We are streaming to both channels right now. Going forward, every Tuesday we will be on Respect the Hedges. Now, after the live stream is over, it'll be available on the Fan Addict. But if you're trying to get in here and chop it up with the fellas, you need to get in live on the Respect the Hedges. With that said, I'm going to let my man get in here, JV, and wrap up the scrimmage thoughts from this Saturday.
Hey, listen, man, I can't reiterate enough what E-Rob and my boy CA was talking about. That sun was like beaming. It was coming through like it was ferocious. It was. I think they let the pit bulls out in the neighborhood, and it was called the sun. But with that being said, man, you know, one of the guys that I had really wanted to see show something at that running back position was Mr. Frazier, and I was happy to see. Literally, I can't say that he would have got caught, because I really think he would have probably peeled that run off and scored off of it. I want to see us have somebody who can hit the home run once they get the open field, and once they catch that, once they catch a couple of steps, they gone. They can't be caught. I love to see him. Yeah. He looked quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, when it came down to it, I was actually really impressed with the offensive line too, because before they ever actually hit the field, Kirby said something about the team, and he was talking about how they didn't perform very well the previous practice because it was so hot. Realistically, man, I'm looking at this squad offense. We do know what we're going to get, but sometimes we just don't get it when we're watching it. The offensive line looked pretty good, pretty solid. I didn't see any plays that made me think, man, we really got to take that thing back to the film and back to the Buttsmith so we can fix a gap in this offensive line. We look real solid. Defense, honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention to them. I was too busy looking at my guys, making sure that, you know, after one of the best tight ends ever to play college football left and went to the Raiders and looked like he going to probably be the offensive rookie of the year. They were going to be able to fill that gap. Man, listen, Lawson, we are in good hands with Mr. Delp and Mr. Lucky. Absolutely. And all the other weapons we're going to have. I ain't going to belabor the point. I was kind of okay with where we looked. I mean, how we looked and where we looked and where we were on Saturday, man. It was a pretty good showing to me. I can't really wait for this first game. Can't wait for it.
CA, one thing, man. I think, what's the name? Dan Jackson's playing because what's the name? Bolden was out all week last week. He didn't really practice last week, so him getting back and getting reps, I think they're gonna phase Dan Jackson on out of there. But I think that's why you saw him so much on Saturday. Because I was wondering the same thing, like, damn, what's going on?
You're right, and I like to see him in there, but at the same, because I know he's consistent. I mean, he not don't get beat deep type action, but we got a lot of talent back there, and if Kirby don't trust these other guys to be in the rotation, is what I was really looking at, because we know what Dan Jackson brings. We knew that before he did whatever he did on Saturday. I was anxious to see who might be alongside KJ trying to fight for that spot. I didn't get a chance to see it. And Dan just might be the guy, which I already told you in my opinion, he's going to get a day 3 grade anyway.
Absolutely. I got a quick question for the fellas. Quick question for the guys there. Who did you guys see? Give me some young guys that kind of really stood. I know you guys said Nate Frazier was a guy. Was there anybody else that may have just come in the class, this last class, that you think will be able to come in and really be able to contribute and help us this year? Who's that?
Big Jaw Jarrett made a play. Big Jaw Jarrett made a play.
Jarrett,
Looked
okay.
like he was moving around. Defensive lineman.
Okay. A couple of names I heard in Pimba as well. I heard he really looked good out there and is going to be able to contribute and give us something this year because he's about 250, so he's a big dude, a grown man out there. So it'll be good if he can put it all together.
I think all the freshmen look good. It's just that they were mostly with the tools.
Right.
So it's hard to gauge what they can really do. They look physically ready. We recruiting the kind of guy to come in and try to have an impact.
Yeah, they do look like, man. They do look like they like they some fifth year
like the freshman lineman.
Good
impressive.
God. We sitting on
the one that
field
comes
like,
from basketball.
damn.
Yeah, like he still look like a power forward. When he learns leverage, it's over. He has no choice but to dominate. So
that's what I was
physically they're there. Go ahead.
My bad, CA.
But
that's what I was kind of saying in the beginning. Like, us coming to this particular scrimmage, it maybe wasn't the best of time because we had so many people out.
Yeah. Yep.
There was a chance to get other guys those looks, those guys who you like the freshmen we talking about. A lot of freshmen got a lot of looks. One thing I want to say this too, man, is this right here. And I think I said it in some previous shows. What makes it so hard when we go to a scrimmage to see ourselves scrimmage is that we only comparing ourselves against our staff, right? And it makes it look so dull because I saw guys out there like, I think I talked to CA, AJ Harris. Man, you talking about a cornerback that's physical at the line, 6'2", 6'3".
Daniel Harris.
No,
Harris.
I'm sorry, Daniel Harris. I apologize. Number 7. He changed the number to 7 this year.
Yeah.
And he's not even starting.
Right.
He's not even starting right now, but he stood out to me at practice when I got a chance to put eyeballs on the player because Everett did not get as many snaps in the scrimmage as he normally would in the game. I got a chance to see Harris. And I'm going to be honest with you. I like what I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
He a good looking athlete.
Man, we got some while y'all was giving a great detail of the scrimmage, man, we had a couple people ask some questions. Sacred Grove says, do y'all think we play a team not scheduled or a rematch with Bama or Texas in the SEC championship game? So do you think we have a rematch in the SEC championship game with one of those guys, or do you see like JV said, not JV, but CA said earlier, hey, Oklahoma may do their thing because they not on our schedule. LSU not on our schedule. Ole Miss is okay.
We play Ole Miss.
Okay. Though. Yeah. Well, that might be a rematch.
But that don't mean we won't stay them in the championship.
That's
right.
That's true.
I think Ole Miss is definitely.
I think it's a rematch. I think it's a rematch with Bama or Texas.
I think Texas. Yeah.
I got you.
I'm running that Bama rematch, man, until somebody prove me different, man. You just can't. I just gotta see that those guys don't make it.
Yeah, you gotta expect to play them 3 times almost. Being real, like we gotta walk in knowing it ain't gonna just fall to you.
So the national pundits would say Texas, though, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying Texas. Ranked. They're saying Texas, and
but they lost a lot of pieces too. I mean,
it did. They lost a lot of.
Texas got to show it.
Yep.
They got to show that they can do it 2 years in a row. Not just like we've seen Bama prove that they can do it year over year over year, regardless of who lines up. But Texas, this is kind of, I'm not going to say it's new territory, but it's new in the college football playoff era territory for Texas. So like JB said, we got to see it from them. So Garrett says, what does it take to beat the Dogs? Y'all got the Jimmys and Joes with the X's and O's. Who on the schedule?
We don't know.
Do you guys really have circled? I'll tell you from my perspective, Garrett, I'm saying Ole Miss. And the reason why I'm saying Ole Miss is because where the game falls is later in the season. We get Alabama 4th game of the season. So they may not even have things all the way figured out to Bama standards yet, because they got a new coach on offense, they got a new coach on defense, they got a full new secondary that they didn't have last year. Jalen Milroe's changes, throwing motion, so they say. So he's still figuring stuff out. So we get him at the beginning of the season. We get Texas the week after they play Oklahoma. So and both teams in the Red River, according to the fans that I talked to, known to have letdowns after that game. Ole Miss,
oh really?
They
drained after that.
I didn't know that, Coach. That's a big.
They drained after that.
Right, we get Ole Miss like third to last game on the Grove, where Lane Kiffin don't punt the ball at all.
Right.
Man, I don't know. I just think where it falls on the schedule, it's gonna you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be one of those games where we can maybe slip up. JV?
So I don't too much disagree with your coach, but I will continue to say, man, each year we thought that Ole Miss was going to be something different, and each year we played against them, we done tapped that. We done tapped them up, and so I honestly, I didn't even think about the Red River rivalry happening before we get to Texas. That's almost like us playing. That's almost like us playing a team. Who do we play? We play Slaughter after we play Bama. So it don't matter. It's kind of like a directional school at this point. and so like if we play, listen, look, we got a long schedule. So that's the competition against us. We have a long, hard, arduous schedule. I don't really see and fear any team on it. I don't care if they really had a bye week before they played us. I think that where we are setting a stand against ourselves, man. Like I said, I'm all about dominoes. Just line them up. I'm confident we're going to knock them down. Confident.
Susie, what's going on, Susie? We appreciate you getting back in. Yes, we did mention this last time we were on the show. By next Tuesday, when you come into the live, we will have a location where we're going to try to meet that Friday before the game. So make sure y'all tuning in next Tuesday on the Respect the Hedges YouTube channel. If you ain't already subscribed, go subscribe. Shelby, one of our channel moderators, has put it in a couple of times in the chat. If you don't know, just go search at Respect the Hedges on YouTube. But yeah, we will talk. We'll figure out where exactly we're gonna be that Friday, and we'll let you know next Tuesday during the live. All right, fellas. Shouty, you got anything other than Ole Miss as far as like a trap on the schedule, or a team that just can outright give us a battle?
Well, I mean, it's the SEC. There are obviously some teams that can give us some battles, but I'm kind of with you on the Ole Miss thing, basically just because of how the schedule aligns.
Right.
That's why that game is so tricky to me, because granted, to JB point, he made a great point. I think we all on that kind of same page. You know what I'm saying? It's a show me state. Until you show me, until you do it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all we're doing right now is prognosticating. We just basing off the information that we have. And they seem to be a top 12 team, which means they are a playoff team. And with the way that the schedule aligns and it being at home, I just think it could be a trap game.
That's it. Sacred say we might be clinched by the time the Ole Miss game. That would be ideal, right, Sacred? Right.
I don't know what that got to do with a win or a loss, but
right. It won't. I guess he's saying it won't derail us or anything at that point in time.
Well, we ain't gonna be derailed in the big scheme of the picture. We ain't worried about being derailed. We know we in there. Everybody feels strong about that.
Right. So
absolutely.
Cal, any other thoughts other than Ole Miss?
Yeah, to be honest with you, not necessarily a specific game, but the thing that can beat us is the same thing that beat us last year, and it's the same thing that almost got us beat the year before. Is this when we get a team that plays their best game and we don't necessarily have our A game or even a B game, that can beat us. I don't know who that opponent may be, but we almost faced it.
I would say, who you think though, Cal? Like anybody on the schedule?
Okay, just to give you an example, a couple of years ago, like we almost lost to Missouri. We all remember that game, how it was such a struggle. Like we just played like crap the whole game. They made, big time plays defensively, offensively, but we found a way to squeak it out just because obviously we got the guys, we got the coach, and we got all of that. But like last year with Alabama, We were better than Alabama. We know that. We played our worst game of the season. They came out and did a couple things that, you know what I'm saying, got us out of our element, and that's what got us beat. That's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily an opponent, because if we go up with Alabama, they still got guys.
Right?
You know, what's that?
I say, isn't Missouri, I'm just saying, prognosticate in Missouri a top 12 team this year?
So
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. I'm not sure we got them on our schedule, but
we don't play them this
teams
year,
that can
thankfully.
obviously rise to the occasion, and for some reason, if we don't rise to the occasion, that's what'll get us beat. That's what I think. I don't know a specific team. I feel like we better than everybody we gonna play, but when you're dealing with young guys, sometimes if you have that little slight letdown, that's what can get you.
Right. Susan says Kentucky will be that Missouri game this year. Hey, I don't think so. In my personal opinion, I'm not. Again, maybe they should be different.
We about to fold Brock
smash, man. Hulk smash, man.
But hey,
Yeah, that Kentucky game became personal
Right.
when you take two transfers and put them, key positions. Not that we hurt behind it, but
We ain't want them nowhere no more.
yeah, you felt like that was going to be an impact. So we got to really. I think that's going to be probably the bigger margin of the year.
Right. Say it, JB. I've been telling people for 3 years that one of them players is going to trade.
But you know what I will say though, JV and Coach, to those points, I wish I did have a guy with Puma's attitude, so to speak. Just that kind of
yeah.
I ain't saying that rah-rah translate to wins and losses. I'm so used to seeing some kind of rah-rah guy.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody with some fire. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I was, again, I would have liked him in the rotation, not just like you.
About Dumas?
Yeah, Dumas. I'm talking about the other side of the ball. I've been telling people he was going to transfer for 3 years, even though they didn't want to believe me. I'm like, the dude is not the guy. But hey, you see how you see it. E-Rob, before we move on to this Clemson offense, man, you got any other thoughts other than Ole Miss, Mizzou, that type of deal?
Yeah, so real quick, man, I don't respect the question. I don't like nobody asking us what game we gonna lose, so I don't even like that. So miss me with that right off the bat. I like Susie's question about where we gonna be on Friday before the game. I like that, but yeah, this losing crap. Don't ask me that crap. But for me, man, it's Alabama. It's always Alabama. I know they have a new coach. All the reasons that you mentioned why we should be able to beat them this year. They new coach, knew all this. It's the same reason we could have trouble with them because it's a lot of unknowns. You know what I'm saying? They have good players. You have your unknowns. You come out there, like Cal said, and you don't play your A game. You're in Tuscaloosa. You ain't getting no calls. You're playing a good team. You can lose by 3 points again. Type of deal.
Right, like that type of recipe. Shout out to Bama Talk with John. My guy John, we appreciate you tapping in with us, guys. Say shout and love the shades. I got Dutch in the building. What's going on, Dutch? We appreciate you tapping in. Dutch. That's right, man. That's right, man. But let's listen, man. We gave if you just not joining us, you just missed the players' take on the scrimmage. They was there, they was live in person, gave it to you. So watch the show after it's over and you can go back and get those. We here to talk Clemson offense next, going against that Georgia defense, man, from what we know. I'm gonna let JV start this out. Hey JV, if there was one area of Clemson offense you want to see us shut down so that this game can get out of hand, what area would that be?
Man, of course, it's going to be the same area of offense we always are going to try to shut down. It's going to be their run game. We're going to make them one-dimensional, baby. Yeah. We want to see your athletes make plays. We want to we want to see your receivers make catches. We want to see your offensive line block. We are not going to let you run the ball on us. And if you run the ball on us, that's the only way you have a puncher's chance against Georgia. And that's been evident over the past 3 years. We don't play no games when it comes to that run game. You better have some grown ass men on that line, and they better be able to hold up. Because if they don't in that run game, and we make you one dimensional, that's when the games come in. So I haven't seen Clemson look very good on offense. And when I say very good, I'm talking about those previous years where, of course, they had a 5-star, long hair, sunshined up quarterback, or the Deshaun Watson prior to him. Yeah, I wasn't going, I wasn't going to touch on, it's too much with the son. I'm gonna have to respect the brother. But but yeah, wow. But seriously though, coach, I mean, they have to really show us that they have something else in the bag because they kind of have been somewhat pedestrian. If they can't run the ball, it's going to be an extremely long day for them.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, CA, to that point, man, I definitely think we all agree with JV. Will Shipley, their starting running back is gone, but their backup, Phil Maffa, out of the state of Georgia. He had 965 yards last year in backup duty. But what I want to talk about is they got 2, 4, and a 5-star wide receiver, Bryant Wesco and I want to say TJ Moore. Like, from the receiver side of it, like coming in as a freshman, playing Georgia your third game. Like what's that like? Are they gonna be, if Clemson is counting on them, are they in trouble by counting on those young guys?
Definitely. Because the spotlight is going to be on, and they might be great players, but I think what JB said is key. Like I expect to stop the run. My front seven is built such a way. My coaching staff is determined to not allow you to have success in the run game, which will force me to see what I came to see. I came to see my pass rush. I came to see my man-to-man coverage. I'm interested to see, are we going to be traditional or exotic? Those receivers will be challenged, and they will have a lot of one-on-one opportunities against guys that are going to be talented, but are not yet proven. Not all of them, aside from Everett. So we're going to get a chance to see exactly what we want, because really Clemson is just going to try to run the ball to set up Klubnik. They just want to give this quarterback a chance, because in reality, this is supposed to be his coming out party. This is supposed to be him turning the corner, because he was such a high recruit going into Clemson, and now he's got this spotlight. So it's a chance for him in the offense to show if they can step it up. But I just don't feel like we're going to allow it. But it will be opportunity there. Those young receivers that Clemson is going to put on the field, that stage might be too big. Those lights might be too bright. We'll find out. You might be talented, but at the same time, if my guys are there and the pass rush that I'm looking for shows up, I should get what I want out of this, and that's what I'm anxious to see. What will the Georgia pass defense look like overall on all three levels?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. And that pass defense that CA talked about, Shawty, was top 10 last year with the combination of Malachi Starks, Javon Bullard, Taki Smith, and Dalen Everett playing that corner, and Kamari Lassiter playing the other corner. Three of those guys in the NFL right now. And like we talk about with Clemson's young freshman wide receiver, we don't have freshmen coming to actually start at the corner spot. But when we talk about Daniel Harris and Julio, Julian Humphreys, they young in that game too. So do you think there's any concern there going against Clemson?
Okay. I will answer the question about the cornerbacks. But I want to say shout out to JB. Shout out to CA. Now we talking football. I love talking football. Great points, guys. I mean, just great points. Like I say, we talked about, I ain't gonna go long, but a lot of shows come on, but now we talking football. And just to the point that those guys made, man, I totally agree with y'all 100%. And to answer your question, Coach, again, physically and from a talent standpoint, I think we there. Especially with the front seven, with the contribution of the front seven, I think we're there. But just to be 100% across the board, what we try to teach other people and tell other people, there are some concerns, because there are concerns about just the experience and the lack of film. So there has to be a concern. But from a talent standpoint and from a physical standpoint, I think our first 4 corners, Harris, Everett, Humphreys, and I hate to miss is the Ellis.
I
apologize.
Forgot to mention him, Coach. He gonna play.
But I'll think about our nickel, our star guy, number 8. Aguero. There you go, Aguero. Our start, we good. It's just all about having that competitive depth if somebody goes down. I have no concerns about the first 22. Period.
Got you. All right. Cool Cal. So we like Shawty said, hey man, physically talented, you know,
Sure.
the corner and the other safety after Dan Jackson. We know Dan Jackson gonna get the spot, but we seen KJ gonna be in the rotation. Ellis gonna be in the rotation. Just like the difference, what I would say is with our corners have been in college for a year, even though they don't have a lot of starts, a lot of snaps. They've been in college for a year, whereas, you know, Clemson has some return receivers, but the two that they're really raving about are true freshmen. Like, they ain't seen no bullets yet. Like, that's why I think we got the advantage when you talk about young talent.
For sure, definitely. And again, you know, Clemson is this is kind of where it all started for us a few years ago. You know, that first game we played against Clemson, it was a tough, hard-fought game. Both teams are vastly different from 3-4 years ago. But at the same time, this is a good barometer, a good game for us to start with. But just like Shawty said, I don't have a ton of concerns as far as us handling them. The only thing that does give me slight concern is when there's a breakdown, maybe some scrambles. Klubnik, I've seen him in the past. He has the ability to kind of scramble outside of the pocket and to make some plays off some broken type situations. So, but other than that, with just lining up, Phil Maffa, he's a different type back, obviously, than Shipley. He's more physical. So he's going to try to get it up in the hole. So obviously we're going to have to be physical at the point of attack in that front seven. And like somebody said, let's get them to throw the ball. And I think there's an opportunity that Klubnik can give us some plays out there.
Hey, Cal, to your point, can I say, just to your point, I'm going to be honest with you. As great as the potential of Shipley was, I think he held them back. They had better backs there.
Listen to that. I'm glad you said that, Shawty, because when they both came in, they came in the same class. I said from day one, Shipley was the better football player, but by far and away, Phil Maffa was the better runner. And I think he showed that last year because he actually started taking some snaps away, some touches, I would say, away from snipping.
They forced Shipley down people's throat.
Right. And Shipley, didn't have the season he had prior because Phil Maffa came into his own. So, and then,
I
you know what I'm saying?
I wish he was there this year.
No, so they can force it down their throat again. And Cal brought up a good point about Klubnik and his legs. Garrett Riley, the second-year offense coordinator from TCU, he's going to want to try to run. That's his thing. He wants to try to run that TCU-style offense. Now, when he was at TCU, he actually had a running quarterback. Klubnik is good with his legs, like Cal said, E-Rob. But we gave up some stuff, and not just in the Auburn game, but we gave up some stuff on the edge last year. Now, that's the thing I'm looking at in this game. Like, if they call some design runs for Klubnik, how you feeling about their edge, dog? You saw the scrimmage. How we feeling about their edge?
Well, Coach, based on what I saw last year, I ain't really gonna believe nothing until I see it on the field. Because last year it was egregious. I'm like, damn, man, like anybody could just run a stretch play and get 7 yards. That's ridiculous. So I think that we'll be better. I know that's going to be a focus. And I'm with Shawty, man. We talking football right now, but I'm over here damn near sweating and shit. I'm feeling good. So, man, I agree with everything y'all said, man. Really, man, serious talk. And what you said, Cal, was a great point, man. That's really the only thing I'm worried about is this guy getting out of the pocket, breaking outside, and making plays that way. But anything on script, I think it's going to look a lot like that 2021 game.
Gotcha. Yeah. Stack guy gets in and says Klubnik is also very prone to turnovers, 9 interceptions, 10 fumbles last year, 4 of which he actually lost. So maybe if if he do try to hit the edge or hold the ball too long.
We want you to go sideline to sideline. That's why I was speeding.
Right. Yep.
Right.
We're gonna make plays.
So Ben, hey, what's going on, B? Appreciate you getting in, my guy. He brings in a good point. That offensive line wasn't very good last year, so they had to go out and get somebody who they think can fix that offensive line in his former Georgia, former Ole Miss offensive line coach.
Jimmy's and Joe's, baby. It's
Matt
Jimmy's
Luke.
and Joe's.
So I think while Matt Luke will have a positive effect on the offensive line, I don't know if it'll show in game 1. I think over time it'll show.
He can't suit up, Coach. He can't look.
Jimmy's and Joe's,
anyway,
Coach. It's Jimmy's and Joe's. I hear you.
Look at here. K Klubnik ain't what we've been faced with. Like him off script is not Milroe off script. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of athlete.
Right.
that athletes at that position off script give us issue. Everybody else get hit in the mouth, and they don't have. They better not run that guy, because then we gonna see what your number 2 like. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna find out what the number 2 like.
I don't think the number 2 want to come in.
You said a mouthful. You said a mouthful right there, dog.
I don't think he won his opportunity on the 31st.
Right.
He don't want to know what his number 2 like.
He might take it September 7th, but I don't think he wanted August 31st.
Right.
Hey, I like what Dutch saying too.
Right, Dutch say D-line show up, then that means our linebackers can eat. I think last year, Shawty kind of brought it up a couple times during the season. We didn't have no disruptors up there. I think Christian, my guy that I'm saying is a disruptor, Christian Miller. I think he's going to get the start because of the injury to
for sure.
What's his name? Warren Brinson. He ain't 100% right now, and Jordan Hall. They gonna play, but I don't think they're gonna be 100%. But I think Christian Miller's gonna finally get his chance to stamp his, put his stamp on the defense, and I think he can be that difference maker. But JD like that say, hey man, if that D line show up, then them linebackers flying around, and it's gonna be trouble.
They should eat for sure. And they look good, coach. So we ain't talk about them in the scrimmage. Them linebackers look good. They ready. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We ain't got to worry about them. They ready to hunt.
I got you. I got First Lady say, I'm glad someone named the little Clemson QB. I didn't know his name. He was really
You don't need to know his name. Don't worry about it. You good.
Yeah, but hey, Petty
Patty over there.
Welcome to a preview of
Petty Betty.
I'm gonna tell you something that you guys probably hadn't thought about now. But Clemson got some problems on special team. They having some problem with kickers, and we was kicking the shit out the ball.
We had a freshman All-American at kicker after he started out 1 for 3.
So
I want to say he only missed. Yeah, and I think they
great point, Shawty. That's a football point right there. That's a great football point.
Great point. Hey, and that Georgia kicker, man, he got his leg is live too, boy. What?
Sure.
Hey,
that boy got a live leg.
I could have sworn one kid he knocked somebody Gatorade jug out their hand.
Hey, welcome into the show.
Hey, he had all our head on the swivel. Hold up, coach. Them ball was coming in hot and heavy. Pause.
No did it.
You gotta understand. Oh, y'all wow. You gotta understand our seats. We were literally right behind the field goal.
Oh my God, no! Hey,
we had to pay attention. He was practicing.
It took 53 minutes and 49 seconds for the no Diddy to enter the check. Oh my God! Oh, look, I got Doug Maynard get in. He's on the Petty with Shelby bus. He says Ole Miss only has one defensive lineman in their stadium, only seats 60,000, the size of Tech. Hey, listen, I get it. I just know the reason why I go back to Ole Miss just real quick. The reason why I always think at home Lane Kiffin is hard because again, Kirby's thing is to get you in 3rd and long so he can shut you down, make you punt. Lane Kiffin don't care nothing about going for it on his side of the ball, 4th and 7, whatever. We saw that in the stadium last year. Now, last year that worked against him, but that's why I don't like going against coaches that don't give a damn about 4th down. So,
well, it usually shows his face in the first half, though. They can't do it long. That's what happened against Alabama.
And we talking football. They have a top 5 quarterback coming back. Come on, let's be real.
Real talk. And they made some. You say one defensive lineman, but they went and got Walter Nolan at Ole Miss, and they got Prince Umamielin from Florida. So they got some guys, you know what I'm saying? So I hope I'm totally wrong, and we blow them out like we blew out last year. But the last time we went to Oxford, which was Kirby's first year, granted, we didn't fare so well. So that's all I'm saying. Shout out to Bishop Franks getting in the chat. We appreciate you, Bishop.
All right, Bishop.
We appreciate you chopping.
I don't think they got the depth though, Coach. Ole Miss. I don't know that first 22. They're gonna be good, but after that, I don't think they're gonna have the depth, and it's a long season.
But just keeping things in perspective, just to my point, that's what I was saying. I think I like our first 22, but from an experience standpoint,
for sure.
Right. Stat guy says Walter Nolan and Prince Umamielin are 2 true freshmen who haven't lived up to the hype. Ooh, let's hear it. I hope all of that's right. Dutch say Dart ain't gonna make it through the season the way he plays. Dart is a tough-nosed quarterback. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball, but you might be right, Dutch. Like
that
by the time we play
top 5.
No. I think he's definitely. I think he top 3 in the SEC, and I think he top 10 in the country for sure. Because he can throw it and run it, but he is a little bit more reckless out there when he running the ball. Dart ain't sliding. Let's just say that. So we'll see.
And we still catch him late in the season, like you were talking about, Coach. So he gonna take some hits before we even get to him. He might not be there when we get there.
A limit.
Oh, okay.
So.
Got you.
Come on,
Got you.
Right. I ain't gonna bet on.
They don't play no defense though. CA, they don't play no defense out
I just need one renegade guy. You know, we always looking for that one guy.
Come on. Hey man, I told y'all we was gonna bring that heat. We back, man. We back every Tuesday now, man. Tuesday 8 o'clock. Go to the new channel, Respect the Hedges. It's youtube.com/Respect the Hedges. Or you can go to YouTube and then go to the search and type at Respect the Hedges, and you can get there. All right, man, before we get out of here, we're going to let JB. We always got, man, we got to pump our guys at TGK, man. Tell them about the charter, JB.
Here we go.
Hey, guys, if you guys haven't heard about it yet, man, September 28th, you know the big showdown is going down between the Dawgs and the Tide. So we're going to be over in Tuscaloosa. How we going to get to Tuscaloosa? Well, you know, TGK taking care of you, baby. We're going to hook up this charter. We got a charter going from Atlanta to Tuscaloosa. Going over for the game, letting you guys enjoy the game. We got a tailgate set up for you. Gonna be showing the game over there in Tuscaloosa if you don't have tickets to the game. So still come out, ride with us, party with us, eat with us, party with us again, and then watch the game with us over there. Then jump back on that charter and let's bring a victory back to Atlanta because the Dogs gonna go do their thing. But just say this: whether you're an Alabama or a Georgia fan, man, listen, we just looking to have a great time. Charter's $150 round trip from Atlanta again to Tuscaloosa and back. We look forward to seeing each one of you guys. You can go and register. I think Shelby just put it up for a seat on this charter at tailgatekingsatl.com. Go to current events and register on that seat, man. It's going quick. On that bus, it's going quick. We appreciate y'all. We look forward to seeing you.
There it is, man. Make sure y'all get over to tailgatekingsatl.com and get registered for that, man. Like I say, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, when they interviewed Carson before the Ole Miss game last year, it was the first game he had Ladd and Brock Bowers, and they said, how you feeling tonight? He said, I got all my toys. We got all the fellas on Respect the Hedges tonight, and I feel like I had all my toys. Listen, man, and the show is over just like that, dog. I mean, listen, we talked Georgia defense versus Clemson offense. Next week, we diving into Georgia's offense versus that Clemson defense, which I think will be the best defense we play all year. But we'll get into that next week, man. Y'all make sure y'all get the tailgatekingsatl.com so y'all can get on with that charter, man. And they got other stuff going on too, man. Listen, they do it big at Tailgate Kings now. Don't be hitting JV up on the 27 like, hey, dog, we're trying to get on the bus,
Don't
dog.
do it. Hey, listen, Coach, they can do that, but the price going to be a premium.
He might be able to put you on top of the bus for double the price.
That code has expired. That code has expired.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all again get out there to respectthehedges.com YouTube channel. We'll be firing it up next week, man, at 8 o'clock. Hey, man, we appreciate everybody on Facebook, on the Tailgate Kings Facebook channel, on the Fan Addict YouTube, and on the new Respect the Hedges YouTube, man. And we'll be back to do this thing again, man. Hey, for my guys, JV, Shouty, E-Rob, Cool Cal, CA, we out of here. And remember to always respect these hedges and go Dogs.
Yeah.
Go Dogs. Go.